Hello, hello, everybody. Make that a little bigger so I can see what I'm doing. Got to get the chat on there so I can see y'all. There we go. There we go. Maybe I can see you now. How's everybody doing? I hope y'all doing okay. I just came in from outside and it's cold, very cold. So I thought, well, I better stop in and see what's going on. I know it's 8 o'clock and I usually do this about 9 or 9:30, but tonight I decided I was going to go on because let me get my chat on the stream. There we go. Well, there we go. Hi, Eric. Good to see you. Now then, I got it up there. Maybe I can read, maybe I can read those comments. I've got y'all a little farther away than I normally do, but that's just the way it's going to be because I'm going to start. I think this is a better setup, being this far away. Just sitting here in my room than being close, and so we're going to start doing it this way. And I just come in, like I said, and it was so cold. I had to go make sure the cat boxes. I ordered them this year. Usually, I'll use one of those crates. And Eric, we're doing okay. I'm trying to get back, but then like I was telling Mom this morning, once I looked on my phone, I said, well, next week I've got to have another one of those bandings in here. So this will be my third one. Once I get to feeling well enough from having those varices banded from the cirrhosis, it's time to do another one again. So it's kind of like I just never, until it's over with, then I'll feel a lot better. Just once I get everything over with. Uh, so the physician said that I might have to have six. So I'm just about next week. I'll be halfway through getting those varices taken care of, and then of course I went to the cancer doctor on Thursday, and I haven't talked to y'all since then, but he's going to send me for an MRI, which I thought I'd already had, but I guess I didn't. And once I get that MRI this next week, then they'll know more about taking the cancerous tumor out, uh, which I thought was already set in stone. But like I told y'all the other day on one of the videos, it's never set in stone because one hand don't know what the right hand don't know what the left one's doing. It seems like. So we'll get it all taken care of. I'm among the living, and so are y'all. We're blessed to be here. And finally, I saw a while ago possibly the shutdown. Maybe mother's. That's what she's not directing tonight. She's slacking on her job. She's in there. She watches everything on the news. She's but being soon to be 94, they didn't have news, and then they had the radio. And then when TV came in the 50s, she's just always enjoyed watching TV. But she used to go to the movies when it was 10 cents or whatever. So if she wants to watch the news, I say, have at it. Hi, David. Good to see you. Mom and I are doing good. Just cooling off. I put on my flannel shirt today because I was cold. Uh, Jay, I appreciate it. We're gonna hang in there. Uh, like I said, I don't, if something would have happened, if I'd have flew away, passed away, died, whatever you want to call it, my mother would have just, she wouldn't have known what to do. So the good Lord knew that I had to stick around because she'd just be beside herself. Uh, I've done so much for her for so long, and she would. I do not think she would know how to. She might dial the phone if it's in the list, But to dial a phone, I'm not sure if Mama could do it. Uh, she can still get her. She can get cereal, uh, dry cereal, and blueberries and milk and coffee if I already have it made. Um, you see the kitty in the background. That must be the white one over there in the chair. Well, that's mother's cat. That's mother's kitty. And boy, she'll let you know it too if I've got baby kitty that y'all have all seen with the one eye, but that's mother's white kitty. And she's become very good. Hi Dee, good to see you. Yeah, she's become very good. And my baby, he's running around here on the kind of around my feet and stuff. I don't know what he's doing. I'm trying. He might come here. Let me see if I can get him. Sometimes he'll let me pick him up. There he is. There he is. Sometimes he'll let me pick him up. But he got out the other day and I thought, I'm never gonna get this cat back in. What if he can't see to get home because he's blind in one eye and can't see out the other? But he's the one I when the possum came up from the woods, he was so tiny, and when I got him, he was, I don't know, he might have been a week and a half old or something. I'm not sure. Now he likes to be rambunctious around me, and he's always inquisitive, kind of like when I was a little kitty, when I was a cat, when I was a child. I was very inquisitive about things, and my mother said, if Billy don't know something, don't be surprised if out of the blue he just asks you any question in the world. And she was so true. Let me see what y'all are saying. Dee says, good evening, all. Hey, Billy, Jean, and Mama. How are you feeling? I hope you and Mama are okay. I see your kitty behind you. So did David said he saw the kitty cat over there asleep in the chair. Yeah, he's over there at grandmother's table. That's her, one of those tables that uh, they used to play cards on or serve tea on a tea table, and the top flips. Well, the cats, they get over there and when I've got the curtains open, they'll look out the window. Well, one night, Mother and I was sitting here or in the other part of the house, and I heard a crash that you wouldn't believe. I thought, Lord, somebody's ran into the house with the car because it's almost happened before. Uh, on a curved road, they just go right through the curves. They've been drinking or something, and they come visit. They just nearly get into the big plate glass windows a couple times. So I heard that crash, and I thought, oh God, I bet we're having visitors. They just drop in, and that's the truth. They do. But I came in here, and the cats, baby kitty, and the one you see over there, the white kitty, they were wrestling, or not really wrestling, but they jumped up on that table, which is the claw foot, and it's 3 legs. Well, for some reason, when I dusted, I turned the table toward the plate glass window of the 2 legs and left the one leg towards this way out. So when they jumped, that table flew into that plate glass window, which is, it's big as the glass is as big as the curtains area. So, it's a big, thank God it didn't break it because it would have cost a fortune to have that repaired. They'd had to have duct tape on it because there's no way I could have got that taken care of. It's just too too big. So I've fixed the table now to where possibly if they jump up on it, maybe it won't go through the window because I don't want the cats hurting themselves or us. Let's see now. Uh, let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Sandy says, "Hi, Betty Jean, Mama. Hope you're both doing good. Was a good night for some soup, maybe chili or chicken noodle. Yes, it was. Sandy, cute kitty. Bonnie, hi, Bonnie. Good to see y'all. Um, Tonight, I made Mother and I, since it's kind of cold, about 50. I made us a frito chili pie like you used to get at the state fair, at the county fair, and she really enjoyed it. We don't have them very often, but I thought, that's going to be easy. Just get some Wolf brand chili and open those Fritos up and put some cheese and chop some onions. And so that's what we had. And it was good. Then, of course, you had to have some chocolate cookies. Uh, I'm going to make some of those. I'm not sure. They're like red velvet cake, but they're cookies. I haven't made them in a long time, and I'm gonna try that new sweetener. Dee, did you ever get that new stevia? Buy the stevia that doesn't have anything else. It's just natural. You have to get it from Amazon if you buy stevia, or it'll have that other stuff in it, and it makes everything bitter. But the stevia, I've got to try these cookies, and I'll know because they do have chocolate in them, and then I'll know if that's a good alternative for sugar. Is if these cookies can stand up to it, then I know it'll be good. Uh, yeah, there's not much been going on, just doctor's appointments, and um, I did have some news, and I want y'all to pray for my stepbrother. He contacted me today. Hi, Jimmy. Uh, you're not late. I'm early. I was still early because I've been going on around 9 or something, but uh, no, Dee said, I need to. I will. I get paid Friday. I'll go on Amazon. Tell me the name. It's just stevia. It's a stevia powder. It's not got that second uh, thing on there. I'll put a link to it on this video so you'll know what to get. One of y'all asked me about the Carote cookware. Well, the Carote cookware I love. Yes, I do. I don't it's not an endorsement. I just saw it for a good buy and I wanted it. So that Carote cookware, because I like the handles, because you can unclip them and put them all in the drawer. And that's the best. I'll never use any other kind of cookware that has handles attached to it ever again. Because once I saw those handles detach and become their own little particle, I was happy, and they do stack in the drawers and cabinets. So somebody asked about the Carote. Well, the set that I have that I use, that off-white, is not available right now, and it's probably because people have ordered it, seeing the videos or something. They've ordered it all up, but there is uh, a lime, not really lime. It's more of a moss green. There's a purple. There's a pink. Uh, there's a few other colors, but you have to make sure when you go on Amazon to order that, because most of that Carote is on sale right now. But when you scroll down through the Amazon, you have to be careful if you're wanting to order a set of cookware, because some of that cookware is like $160, and it's now like, I don't, way less than that, $60 maybe. Some, if you just want to try the Carote, I did see something that was on there. Let me look here. I did see some on there tonight that, because somebody had asked which pan did I have that I made the meatloaf in. Well, that was quite a few days ago, but that's the same one that I used. See, this is called Chef's Power. This is not even Carote that's here. So I don't know these off brands. So you're just gonna have to wait till the Carote comes in. And uh, and if you want to buy somebody, let me find set. If you want to get somebody some of those uh, something for Christmas, that would be a very good gift. I would say to try the Carote. See, here's Carote 19-piece pots and pan set, non-stick, which I mean, I just adore it. Let me pull it up so y'all can see it and I'll put it up the camera. Now, this had been $139 and it's 57% off right now on Amazon for $59.99. So now that's what the Carote, and see, that's got the detachable handles. I want to make sure that's got the detachable handles on it. So, and it's got your, this even has 4-piece spatulas and things. So I wouldn't, then you can get your bacon. Uh, here's the bacon. Now I don't have this bacon set. I would like to get it, but I'm just going to have to wait. And I will. It's regular 59. It's the gray blue is 29, and the beige that would match the pants is 37.99. So you can't beat this Carote stuff for gifts for Christmas. I need to put that on there but I couldn't figure out how to get the photographs on there. So you'll just have to go on Amazon and look up Carote. And I think you'll be pleased with it. I really am. Oh yeah, David, it's non-stick. Uh, you can't use non-stick coating in my house. Is there a reason, David? I don't understand that. I'm waiting. It's non-stick though. I've never heard of maybe some chemicals in it. I don't know. Uh, maybe you can tell me. Maybe I shouldn't be using it either. I'm looking here. I don't know what I'm doing. Is it non-stick? I can't use non-stick coating in my house. Uh, oh, well, he has parrots and it kills parrots if it gets too hot. Lord help, I didn't know this. Yeah, I did not know this. How interesting. You got me on a research now. You're going to get me to research and trying to figure out. I've never heard of that, but I don't hang around with too many parrots. You know, I had friends that had them, but that was a long time before there was non-stick cookware. I'm pretty sure. Dee said I splurged and bought the hex clad set for Mother's Day last year, the most expensive, but I like to cook, so it's worth it. Uh, when I saw this on that good a sale, I think the set I got is like $39 and it'd been away over 100 and something dollars. Uh, oh, it's okay for humans, David said, and other animals. Well, if I have any family that ever come over that I know are part parrot, I'll make sure I don't feed them out of the skillets because they'd swear up and down that Billy Jean knew that we was allergic to that. So yeah, I'd never heard that. That's very interesting. But you learn something all the time, and yeah, you learn something all the time. But I'm as a non-stick. I really like that cookware. Of course, I still use my uh, iron. Uh, there's just certain things that I cook in the iron anymore, and especially when I was worried about the hemochromatosis, I did not I quit using the iron because of the iron overload, but now I'm back okay. So I still use it for my fried potatoes and onions and cornbread and things like that, But you just can't get that country out of a person once you grow up that way. That's just the way it's going to be. But what I was going to tell y'all, see, my brain must be firing with at least a couple, uh, on a couple things because I had plumb forgot to. Bonnie Allen says a fellow who does a lot of research told me copper is the best to cook it. Yeah, I've got pans that's copper bottom. Uh, yeah, I've got. Mary says David's messing with me, but I don't think so. I know David pretty well. Um, the copper bottom pans, uh, they seem good, but they get so hot. If you turn your back, it seems like you might as well forget it, unless they're and this non-stick stuff I love because I can turn my back and just have a little butter in there. And if it had been a copper pan or a steel pan, it'd been gone. Uh, my stepbrother texted me today, and he's the one that had multiple myeloma. And I'm very concerned about him, and I want y'all to pray about his situation. He's bleeding, and he went to the emergency room, and he lives out by Wichita Falls, but he lives in a podunk town also, and they just let him go, and he's going to go to his cancer doctor tomorrow at Wichita Falls. But I'd like for y'all to say a prayer for him because that's I think it's probably that um, David, the AM amlodia, uh, whatever amloda. I've I looked at studied it for a while when I was looking for my cancer, and even when I found out he had multiple myeloma. That's the amyloidosis, which can be associated with several cancers, but especially multiple myeloma, and it could lead to that gastro bleeding. So, like we hadn't had enough blood here lately. Yeah, that's exactly they get. I guess they get to messing with these amyloids. I guess I said it right. And it seemed like we don't need any more blood problems in our family, but it seems to he was doing great. He had the stem cell implants about a year and a half, and so I think it's just something going on right now that he needs to get checked out. I would have went on. I'd have said, "You put me in the hospital and find out what this is," because that's so dangerous when you're bleeding out like that, and they don't keep you at an emergency or put you in the hospital. That just seems very strange to me. And but too, it could be the podunk, you know. Dee said, Billy, I recently moved and it's quite lonely as I get older. There's less friends and family around. How do you and Mama chase away any lonely blues? It's hard living alone as I get older. Well, Mother, she, as I said earlier, but maybe before you came in, she's always watching TV. So I try to find our movies. Uh, that's about, since I've gotten sick, I don't stay in the kitchen, as y'all can tell by the videos being less and less. I get our food cooked and I try to cook it for 2 or 3 days so that I don't have to do a recipe every day. And so it feeds Mom, and I try to eat as much as I possibly can. I know I've lost weight because of the stress and all this that's going on, which I'm not going to go back over it. But, I do a lot of research, and I'm always on my iPad or We like YouTube. We last night we watched Kathy Bates and Matlock. Uh, that's pretty good. There's a lot of good shows that are coming on, and a friend of mine sent me and said they'd remade or finished the movie about the British aristocracy. Uh, y'all know what I'm talking about. That Maggie Smith was in, but so that series is now the second movie out. And then last night, well, no, yesterday afternoon, I watched a new documentary on uh, the gal that did she was autistic and she revolutionized the cattle industry, Temple Grandin. And there's a new documentary out. You probably, Dave, you wouldn't be interested in it, but it's unless the her being autistic and uh, there's a movie out about Temple Grandin and it's on Amazon. So if you have a hankering to watch something about uh, someone being autistic and then further in their life and further in their career, look up Temple Grandin. And it's a good movie. And I wanted to go see her. She's going to be close to me in a week or so, but I'm just not going to be able to do it. I would like to hear her Q&As and uh, I would like to meet her. I've never met her. My father used her techniques at the ranch. It's how I even knew who she was. Yeah, Temple Grandin, David, she is amazing. She really did advance animal welfare in ways that would never have been thought of. Uh, yeah, do a hobby. Eric says, do a hobby. He does genealogy and he lives alone. Get you a watercolor tablet, get you some watercolors. There's so much we could do. I'm still working on my cookbooks. I'm still working on two regular books. But then when I got sick, it's like my brain is just kind of went out the door. So uh, Noel says go to the senior center. We have that. Everybody, I guess, has that. I tried to get mother to go, and she just didn't. She didn't want to go. I don't make her do anything. I don't even suggest it anymore. If that's she's very private. Mother is a very, very private person. And y'all probably wonder why if I got her locked in the closet. No, she's just very private. She's always been that way. And so when we get to talking and y'all get to serious, it's just a treat because Dee says I like historical movies. I just like to read, like watching YouTube, cook and bake sometimes. Gym would be good. A volunteer would be good. Wish you lived closer. Noah says he's 73. I work part time, go to the senior center and have lunch. Yeah, that's good. No, that's good. When you can benefit from the senior center. But mother just won't go. I see on the Facebook that the senior center is always having bingo or always having a costume contest or a luau or something, here. And I guess they all do it. Yeah, the senior center is a good idea. You need to check into it. Yeah, they might need help. You don't have, there's the food that cooks food. For a while I did that. I went and cooked for less fortunate at the food. Uh, y'all know what it's called, the food kitchen. Uh, but I can't do that right now. I can barely cook for us here at home and get everything because I just get exhausted. Uh, then this vertigo or something. I've got fluid in my right ear, and they're very careful about giving me antibiotics and all that stuff because it's not good for a person that has cirrhosis. So I just try to get through it. One day I was out talking to Granny Pat out on where the flowers, where I did the flowers out there. And I just had to tell her, I cannot, I think I'm having a stroke. I didn't know what else it was because I just got so dizzy. I thought I was going to pass out, and it was that vertigo. Boy, it can be detrimental. And Grandma Lois, those of you that know Grandma Lois, she called me today and told me that her vertigo had nearly become non existent, and she's using her little rollator, her little push cart, and doing so much better. But that blood pressure of hers got so high that I think that had a lot to do with it too. So you just gotta watch your blood pressure, and with the allergies, you don't know if it's allergies or is it vertigo or is am I losing my mind or you know. Uh, Grandmary says, if reading is hard, you can borrow audio books at your library. Also, maybe find senior group at a nearby church. Yes, that's good. The senior group. Noel says, host a bingo luncheon in your apartment or home. Invite your friends. Nothing special. Have coffee, cake, cookie, social. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. But I know it gets lonesome, D. Especially when you move to a new town. It's kind of hard if you don't have any family and friends, or people are kind of standoffish anymore. It ain't like we used to be when we go down the dirt road and take a piece a pie or a cake, if some to say how to do. Don't do that anymore. Afraid you get shot. But you'll hang in there. I'm trying to get these shows where they're like they were before I got sick, but I just have to do it when I can feel like it. And then there's so much going on with the appointments and all that stuff, plus taking care of little old mama. Uh, it 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 works out though. With the good Lord's help, it'll work out. And I just pray for everybody every day, and y'all pray for us because it helps. I know it helps. I'm not pushing up Daisy because I think y'all's prayers were so good. And Thanksgiving will be here before long. Today I got a turkey for 99 cents a pound. I already had one in the freezer, but I went and I found a big ham in my freezer that I didn't remember buying. So I think I'm going to cook those, and I'm going to take them down under the bridge, is what I call it. When I say down under the bridge, y'all know I'm talking about going out and feeding less fortunate, because I can put those in that big old roaster oven, that old timey roaster oven, the turkey and everything, and then may take some of it up to the library and feed. They do pretty well feeding, helping feed people. And I hope all this gets straightened out for everybody before long. And Dee said, thanks, y'all. It's so hard, but I'll try to get out there and help someone. They say when you focus on others, you forget about yourself. You do. You really do. And I've always been a person to serve where I was needed. Didn't matter who or what. You just have to go and do it and not be afraid about doing it, or just roll up your sleeves, and I mean, you need to be careful with some situations, but I've never been afraid to try to help somebody because there's a lot of scams out there. So you watch it. That's why I always bought food and took it and give it to them instead of giving them money. I made sure they had food and for their kids and them, and they can't very well take it back to a store. They don't know where I got it from. So that's all I'm going to say about that. God bless you. God bless us. God bless the United States. Hi, Kitty. Vertigo's bad. I'm like Mama, real loner, except for this occasionally. Well, I'm glad that you can do this occasionally. I appreciate y'all. Subscribe and make sure you're subscribed if you hadn't subscribed, and uh, do whatever you have to do to keep going. That's what we'll do. We see you next time. We'll talk.